The world should have been in Technicolor, but seemed more like black and white. Bringing joy to another lights 1,000 suns within. Because even if the lie is beautiful, the truth is what you face in the end. He who takes offense when no offense is intended is a fool, and he who takes offense when offense is intended is a greater fool. I'm not into this whole move with the times thing. I reckon we should just decide on a year and stick with it. I just want to teach people how to be comfortable. Stop being so scared. You get what you give, but also what you're willing to take. You can't strangle stress to death. You can try, but all that effort only increases its ferocity until it shatters your ability to contain it. The strongest people find the courage in caring to help others, even if they are going through their own storm. Nothing is necessitated whose opposite is possible. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. Excuses are merely nails used to build a house of failure. Do not presume that richness or poorness will bring you happiness. Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. Not all things that fall down break. Some develop wings. All the work you are doing in silence is opening doors. Trust your pace. You need mountains. Long staircases don't make good hikers. It shocks me how I wish for what is lost and cannot come back. The wisest are the most annoyed at the loss of time. Do not confuse healthy detachment with avoidance. In my opinion, the difference between the two is acceptance and acknowledgement. Delayed gratification is the bridge between your present sacrifices and your future abundance. If you don't want anyone to know about your existence, you might as well kill yourself. You're taking up space, air. To read is to empower is to write is to influence is to change is to live. You should expect mistakes in your life. Mistakes are expected, inspected, and respected. Only you can take inner freedom away from yourself, or give it to yourself. Nobody else can. You have to realize that you are everything and more just on your own. Who controls the past controls the future. Who controls the present controls the past. You must be the best judge of your own happiness. It is too difficult to think nobly when one thinks only of earning a living. I like to set my dreams high. That way, even if I only make it halfway there, it's still pretty darn good. There is but one true philosophical problem, and that is suicide. Beauty is not who you are on the outside. It is the wisdom and time you gave away to save another struggling soul like you. Don't set your goals by what other people deem important. Your words will either give you joy or give you sorrow, but if they were spoken without regret, they give you peace. It's not unpatriotic to denounce an injustice committed on our behalf. Perhaps it's the most patriotic thing we can do. Brainstorming cannot be done until and unless an attitude becomes character. Life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you respond to it. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Everything is good as it comes from the hands of the maker of the world, but degenerates once it gets into the hands of man. If you're treated like a puppet, find a new ball of string. It means you're perfect just the way you are. Don't let anyone convince you otherwise. If you do not tell the truth about yourself, you cannot tell it about other people. Acts of kindness. A random act of kindness, no matter how small, can make a tremendous impact on someone else's life. Pagangtang Ganku, Tapi Jangon Turlila Arat, Karina Aku Injin Siring Dan Bukan Ditchering. If people make fun of you, that probably means you're doing something right. You need to compete for success. There are some things that doesn't come naturally unless it's hereditary, and success is one of them. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, Be kind. Happiness is a mysterious thing, to be found somewhere between too little and too much. All things one has forgotten scream for help in dreams. The most important questions in life can never be answered by anyone except oneself. Life teaches us the right path is rarely the easy one. Sometimes, some lies that spoken with high confidence could be more receptive than facts that spoken with doubt. We feel that even if all possible scientific questions be answered, the problems of life have still not been touched at all. Stay away from those who want you to be in the same predicament as them. If there was anything that depressed him more than his own cynicism, it was that quite often it still wasn't as cynical as real life. No matter what happened yesterday, it is insignificant when compared to what lies within the core of your being today. Common sense in an uncommon degree is what the world calls wisdom. When you face disappointments and trials in life, your response dictates the character that will be created in you as a result. No one else has ever opened doors for me. I opened them myself. Without man and his potential for moral progress, the whole of reality would be a mere wilderness, a thing in vain, and have no final purpose. Trust the soul above all things, for it is made by the divine hand and woven with threads of truth, eternity, and light. The only way you can know where the line is if you cross it. Become braver, stronger, wiser, kinder, and you will become better. I think the discomfort that some people feel in going to the monkey cages at the zoo is a warning sign. If freedom is short of weapons, we must compensate with willpower. Your world of poverty can be recreated to that of affluence simply by speaking the prince's language. Life is short. If you doubt me, ask a butterfly. Their average lifespan is a mere 5 to 14 days. It takes time to build a career and become industry savvy, said Jezahel. No matter how many people give me advice, I am going to do what my heart tells me to do. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness, that is life. Don't be pressured by the society, because no matter what you do, you won't be perfect. Why not just be yourself? The penalty for procrastination is the loss of hopes and dreams. We'd met at a carefree time, a moment full of promise. In its place now were the harsh lessons of the real world. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. It's a lack of clarity that creates chaos and frustration. Those emotions are poison to any living goal. The selfish man suffers more from his selfishness than he from whom that selfishness withholds some important benefit. The command of our language is crucial to focusing our thoughts and communicating them with precision to others. What is to be, will be, and no prayers of ours can arrest the decree. I do not believe anyone can be perfectly well who has a brain and a heart. We will all pass through a sorrowful stage in life. When it's your turn, don't let the storm sweep you away. Sometimes things happen to people and they're not equipped to deal with them. Run when you can, walk if you have to, crawl if you must, just never give up. Life is worth living when you have someone to share it with. Give up to grace. The ocean takes care of each wave till it gets to shore. You need more help than you know. 10 years from now, make sure you can say that you chose your life, you didn't settle for it. I just want to do something that matters, or be something that matters. I just want to matter. The planet was being destroyed by manufacturing processes, and what was being manufactured was lousy, by and large. No man ever threw away life while it was worth keeping. Find the things that matter, and hold on to them, and fight for them, and refuse to let them go. Advice is like snow. The softer it falls, the longer it dwells upon, and the deeper it sinks into the mind. Hearts can't be broken because they're made of marzipan. In the end, Lex should have stuck to his lies, for it was the truth he almost told that killed him. Be it lifelong or short, its completeness depends on what it was lived for. Acquiring wisdom is great, but it is not the goal. Applying it is. Integrity is a powerful force, keeping you alive to others long after you've left their presence. An ability to look into the confusing mess of life and see things for what they are. There's always something in it for the person who is allowing to be taken advantage of. Psychotherapist David and Type 1 sociopath. Those who will not reason are bigots, those who cannot are fools, and those who dare not are slaves. You are exactly where you need to be. If you want something, do something about it. Otherwise, it will be your whole life. Those who wish to read always find a book. There are new chapters, new pages, and new journey to embark on.